My God, this is one of the worst movies I think I've seen to date, man. I mean, this is just, oh, dude. Well, I don't know where to begin with. It is just so fucking bad, man. So Kirsten Dunst on here, who played Mary Jane on the original Spider-Man movies, is this journalist with these two other guys and some 12-year-old whatever. Um, here's the main problem I have with this movie. So at the beginning, this guy who's supposedly the president is somehow getting a third term, and that's all we know. That's all we have for incentive for this civil war is he's getting a third term. And then we have throughout the movie different factions. You don't know who the good guys are, you don't know who the bad guys are. um it just sucked. It was so boring. Like the end had some good fight scenes, but most of it's just them trying to get to Washington D.C. before the separatists, as they call them, are getting into the White House and all this. And it's just so bad, man. It really is one of the shittiest movies I've ever seen. It's just, look at this. This is Kirsten Dunst, man. What the fuck happened to Kirsten Dunst? Jesus Christ. Man, she looks so rough on this. I mean, she looks like late 60s or 70s on this. She just looks like hell. So, like I said, the whole movie is these journalists trying to get to DC, and they're encountering crazies along the way. And this movie makes no fucking sense, man. And then they get to West Virginia, and everybody in West Virginia is like, it's like they don't even know there's a war going on or what. And they go in some store, and there's some hipster girl in there, and the guy's like, there's a civil war going on and all this. And she's just like, oh yeah, we prefer to stay out of that. I'm just like, hmm. And then they come across this guy who's killing all these people for some reason, which they don't really explain. Kirsten Dunst and them think it's the town people that they were just at, but nobody knows. But this guy and these other guys are killing all these people and throwing them in this pit they have. So this guy shoots the Asian guy just because he's Chinese. And then he gets ready to shoot these two. And then the other journalist, rides in with the car and smacks these guys. But this guy's like, what type of an American are you? And it's just the stupidest thing, man. Like, what a fuck up. Just a total fuck up. They had too many factions going on. Like I said, you don't know who's the good guy, you don't know who's the bad guy. At the end, the White House is barricaded, and they get to there, and there's this big shootout. And then you see all these bulletproof limos fly out, and they're shooting the fuck out of them, thinking the president's in there. But for some reason, the idiot president stayed in the White House. Like, go figure. I don't, for the life of me, understand why he stayed there. But at the end, they drag him out, and this was the other thing. There was no reason to shoot him. They had the guy captured and everything, and they just flat out shot him. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but this whole movie stinks like it's an allegory for Trump or some bullshit like they're trying to do. That's the impression I got. It was just, what a waste. That's all I can say, man. Oh, and then Kirsten Dunst dies at the end, pushing the, where's she? She pushes this 12-year-old down, and one of the Secret Service mowed down Kirsten Dunst for no reason, even though she's got a press badge and everything. It's just fucking stupid. God fucking awful, man. Just woke propaganda, I guess is what you would call this, because what the problem was, you can't really tell what's going on, besides that we have a president who's got a third term and a bunch of other people that are military who aren't agreeing with other military factions, and god awful is all I can say, man. I think this movie could have been something if at the beginning, instead of just showing that president guy talking, giving that speech over and over about how they're going to be victorious and all this, if they explained what happened here. We have no context as to why he did this coup or whatever this is. You don't know if he did it for the good reasons or bad reasons. We just know that he's getting a third term somehow by a coup, because president can only have 2 terms. So that's all we're given as a setup. Whereas if they had explained his reasoning of why and gave us a backstory, or just explained what happened, it was so stupid. It was just, I'm getting a third term and we're so victorious and all this. I'm like, victorious against who and why? Your guess is as good as mine. Anyways, I would say avoid at all costs. I don't even think I'd watch this on TV again. I mean, the only positive thing I can say is the end battle at the White House was really good, but it's like very anticlimactic. You're like, wow, that's it? If they knew he was in the White House, why didn't they just blow up the White House? It was right there. They didn't have to send all those people in and die for nothing. They had a fucking Apache right there. They could have just had that Apache lit up the White House. Stupid shit, man. So, I don't want to waste any more time on this. God awful. Kirsten Dunst looks like total shit. And then she spends all her time crying about she didn't make the same amount of money in Spider-Man as what's his face did. Excuse me if I don't weep for your not getting enough money to go buy a third mansion or add on a pool to your house or some stupid shit. Oh, woe is me. We didn't make as enough as the guy who played Spider-Man. Anyways, fuck this shit. Thanks for watching.